Hey, what's going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for week 21 of the TNC Podcast, the first ever episode where we have had 4 people on.
Boom.
It is a tight squeeze. I feel further away from you, Chris, than ever.
Thank God.
Your teaser on social media, everyone thought either Pinto and Nelson Oliveira were coming on.
Sorry about that.
But we've gone bigger.
Yeah.
Andy, Jon from Along Come Norwich, how you doing?
Good to see you, mate.
Good to see you, boys.
How are we going to do it this way? We've never done it before. It's a bit strange, isn't it?
It's intimate, isn't it? I like it.
It's squash. Do you now understand why Russell Martin had such big sweat patches? Because it is toasty in here.
It's a bit hot, isn't it?
It's quite warm.
I've worn a t-shirt under my shirt just to avoid sweat patches.
Well done. See,
So-
someone came prepared, Russ.
Yeah. It's been a busy week. But first of all, for people who don't know, introduce you guys. What do you do? Do you want to go?
Hi, I'm Andy.
Yeah, I'm
Hi,
Jon.
I'm Jon.
No, we're Andy and Jon. We run the Norwich City fanzine site called Along Come Norwich, which you might want to give a little description of, Andy, because you do it better
So
than me.
we try and be a bit different from your run-of-the-mill websites that just repeat stuff that they've read elsewhere. So rather than transfer rumours and that sort of stuff,
Hipster.
we try. Yeah, we're a bit. Yeah,
You're a bit
I suppose
hipster,
we are a
aren't you?
bit hipster.
You're a bit
Yeah.
quirky, a bit
Cool,
cool, a bit
I think.
different.
He used to have
Yeah.
a beard. So.
Hence the stickers.
Yeah, stickers, t-shirts.
Did you shave your beard off when you realised Michael Bailey's will never be beaten?
No, Michael Bailey copied me. I had my beard long before Michael Bailey.
Oh, wow.
We are talking about Michael Bailey's beard every single podcast now, Jack.
It is
Just
beautiful,
to
man.
make you aware.
I think it's worth talking about every week.
I'm here, right?
I really do. Chris, how are you anyway?
Thanks for the beers, guys.
Yeah.
Top marks.
No worries.
I think we should make the guests bring something in each week now.
Yeah.
I think in terms of what they brought to the table,
Yeah.
apart from Stuart Hodge coming an hour late, still not forgotten about that. These boys bring beer.
And we've also
I'm
got
good.
our treats, thanks to freetreats.co.uk, do sponsor this.
Russell,
and you
Russell.
can also win a Russell Martin signed shirt. It's still available.
Russell.
Links in the description.
Sorry, Jon, I'm covering your head there. It's
Good
all right.
stuff.
There's a distinct lack of hummus.
Now, I did see your tweet about this, and yeah,
Ooh.
I'm sorry, there is
Sorry, Andy.
no hummus this week. It is good though. Do you want me to bring you some round one night?
Yeah, I generally do. That was the thing I was looking forward to most.
I'm going to plug these boys. I love what they're doing.
Ah,
I do. I think it's a really bloody cool
how much do you pay
website.
'em?
It is. It's a cool website. They're getting some cracking writers on there, and it's good, as they've already said, that it's an opinion, but it's not a load of bullshit.
Yeah, we're trying to be a bit niche. So hopefully we've got a piece coming up
Yeah.
soon on ladies' toilets.
Excellent. Perfect.
Right.
What more do you want?
Have we?
I think it's just right. I think it's more
What have you been doing? Your off-season, yeah.
extravaganza.
You got to do the research.
Is this going to be about no hot water or something like that?
No, I think it's going to focus on more about
The
the
toilet
fact
seats
that
or something.
the fact that as a football club we're trying to encourage more women in the ground, and yet the toilet provision is such that at half time the queues for the ladies' toilets are ridiculous.
Right.
That is true. to
When
be
I
fair.
sat in the upper end and pee, the male toilets were also ridiculous to get into as well.
Well,
'cause
we
they're
can
all
maybe
old
do like
boys.
a female toilet and a male toilet perspective.
I'd love to be on the male toilet perspective.
It's
I'll-
yours.
I'll jump on that.
It's yours.
You can tell us off season at the TNC podcast.
Let's get into the news then. We're going to start with, well, we've been to Germany. We've come back from Germany.
How's your trip, mate?
Brilliant.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah?
Flew with the team on Ryanair.
Yeah? Good.
was,
Any behind the scenes gossip for us?
Not that I can repeat on camera, no.
Ooh. Go on.
No, there's
spill
not
something.
really any gossip at
There
all.
must be something.
The kit man done his ACL playing a 5-a-side match out there.
Oh,
Is that
yeah,
what we did
but we
it?
can't-
There was a bit of a
Yeah.
debate about that, wasn't there?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that wasn't good. Cameron Jerome could be leaving. I'll throw it right in there. John?
For the big stuff. Yeah. I think the price is a little light. Cameron Jerome, he's going to be really difficult to replace. Obviously, his work rate, and I think the philosophy that Farke's going to play with is going to be high press. Jerome's going to be ideally suited to that. So I think we need more money if we're going to sell him. Age-wise, he's probably a good time to sell the guy. But yeah,
Not worth getting
not
rid of
3
now.
mil.
Not that money.
I don't know if it went to 5 or 6. I'd
You'd
probably
be
inclined to
tempted,
take
but-
that. Yeah.
Well, it depends on if they've got a replacement lined up, doesn't it? If they've got a replacement lined up, which you'd imagine
Bring
with Stuart
Carlton Morris
Webber,
home.
they definitely have a replacement lined up if they're going to sell him.
Carlton Morris?
Do you think he's ready?
Could be.
Oh, he scored against Wolves in a pre-season. Lafferty scored 2 the other day, actually.
Bring him home.
Bring him back.
Yeah.
Never give him a
Give
chance.
him a
was he?
chance.
Bless him. But I suppose the argument that I've certainly held is 3 million, even 5 million. Will you get a replacement goal scorer, 20 goals a season in Jerome, pretty much guaranteed for that money? I can't see it.
We're moving in different markets at the moment, though, aren't we? So whether it's that we look at a Bundesliga player or I think with Webber, you know that he's going to do his due diligence. He's got the scouting network in place now. They should have some decent contacts, some targets they have identified. Hopefully, I think we need another striker anyway, to be fair.
Who have we got on the books? Jerome and Oliveira, is that it now?
Pretty much, yeah. And then you
Oliveira's
get into the
going
youth
to
boys.
smash it next season, isn't he?
Marley Watkins could play up there, but then he doesn't look like
yeah.
he's an out-and-out striker. So I think we're probably identifying targets as it is.
Do we need another striker, Andy?
Yeah, I think we probably do, yeah.
What kind of striker?
Well, someone similar to Cameron Jerome, but who can finish. That's what I'd like. Ooh. But then if you get that player like that, they're probably not in the Championship, are they? They're in the Premier League. So.
I suppose the argument is that although Jerome can't finish, I don't know whether the stats are better than anyone else's, but he will score you goals in the Championship.
Guaranteed.
We had a bet about this, didn't we?
I've lost quite a few bets over Cameron Jerome. He's cost me quite a bit of money.
So he's proven you wrong
as well.
Well, yeah, financially, yeah. But I think the thing with Cameron Jerome is he does all the really difficult bits really, really well.
He did miss a couple of sitters in the last game, didn't he?
All the stuff that you think he's not going to get there, he's not going to control that, he's not going to finish that. He does it brilliantly. This simple stuff.
I think for me last season with Jerome, I know he still scored quite a few goals, but he was almost drifting into a winger's position quite a lot. I go back to the Newcastle game at home when it paid off, when Jerome switched out to the left and Murphy ran through the middle, but it seemed like the support just wasn't there. Do you think that's going to change under Daniel Farke?
It could do. I think it's just just classic, isn't it? Jerome wants out and then all of a sudden everyone hates him. Let's not forget how good he's been. He has been good.
Does Jerome want out?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, no. I'm just conveying what the social media world, the up and down social media world of Twitter is.
Yeah, the crazy reactionary.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the sort of theme with whenever there's been a rumour, whether that's Tim Close or Jacob Murphy, that in the end went through, everyone's like, well, we don't need them anyway. Yeah. Do you think that's been a bit over the top at times?
Yeah, I think if you look at someone like Johnny Howson and say, we don't need him anyway, you wanted out, it's fine, let him go. He's a top-class player in the Championship, and actually any club would be lucky to have him, and Middlesbrough fans should be massively pleased that they've got him. So,
totally agree.
At the end of the day, yes, it's very easy to say as soon as someone wants out, bugger it, let him go. But no, I don't think we should be wholesale selling any more players. I think we've done our sales now.
Jerome will deliver for us next season.
Yeah, I think he will.
Will he start though? I think that's the question.
Well, he'll be an impact player, won't he?
But either way, I think he'll deliver.
I doubt there's many better replacement strikers in the division than Jerome, or players that are going to be on the bench.
He's big, he's strong, he's going to work very, very hard. If you're up against him, you're going to be thinking, oh shit.
I think he's one of them players as well that he kind of knows Norwich now. He's been here for a little while, he's been in the Premier League, he's been in the Championship, and I think just to go through this new regime and to make sure it runs smoothly, you do almost need players like him, players like Russ.
And I think the way he talks, he's really articulate, he's really affable. I think he's probably really good in the dressing room as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a player who has gone, Jacob Murphy. Now, on the last week's podcast, Chris, or the week before, you said he definitely wasn't going. How did that work out?
Yeah, quite badly.
Yeah. What made you think that he wasn't going?
I just didn't want him to. I just lied. I just lied to everyone. I think Jacob was class last season, and I almost took it personally when people started booing him, because I don't care if you say Newcastle's his home club, Norwich is really, and I think we've really, really built him up, and I was just gutted. I was just gutted to see him go. I didn't want him to go. That's why I said what I said. We have got a ready-made replacement in Josh, possibly, hopefully. Yeah. Some people say he's more technically gifted anyway, not just saying that because Jacob's gone now. I wish Jacob all the best, but yeah, that's why I said what I said. I don't regret it at all.
Are you upset with him going?
Not for the money we got, I don't think. I think that was
the money's fantastic.
A fair deal for a player who hadn't made a league start for us this time last year. Mm-hmm. I'd have taken $12.5 million. I don't know, it's one of those things, isn't it? The academy costs £12 million a year. If the academy's going to be working...
£3 million.
Sorry, £3 million a year. If the academy's going to be working, get 12 million in, that's 4 years of academy for one player.
Do you think, Jack Reed TNC, that Josh will be on his way next season and follow his brother? Not necessarily to Newcastle, but there's been a big debate now about loyalty has come into play, which I personally think is quite abrupt and harsh.
I think he'll stay? If we go up, he won't, and if we don't go up, he'll be off.
Do you?
Pretty much guaranteed. Because there's no reason for him to stay now, really. Okay. His brother's gone. He's evidently upset about it, as you would be. He's lost his, well, not lost, he's not died, but he's moved to Newcastle. They live together.
Same.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it's a big season for Josh, because if he doesn't break through this year and he doesn't get played, or he doesn't, when he does get played, doesn't cut it, then
if Marley keeps him out of the team, then
there's a lot of players that could keep him out of the team.
Oh yeah,
Yannick
as we discovered.
Yeah, you're a big fan of Yannick.
Well, go on. What's your opinion on Yannick? Because Jack absolutely loves him.
I've seen. Yeah,
come on, you love him.
You just have to give him a chance.
That's like me denying that I love Maddison. Just accept the facts.
Yeah, all right.
You love Yannick.
He's a nice guy.
I think there's a player in him. I'm not sure that we've seen it yet. I'm not sure whether we will see it.
Okay.
But
because he's not played, or he'll just be
I don't
crap?
think he will play. I don't think he's going to be a starter this season. I think you're probably going to be looking at Marley Watkins, Murphy, and then Oliveira probably up top would be your kind of starting three if you're going to have three up top. Whether he's an impact player off the bench, I don't know. And he could get a chance. But then you've got the likes of Naismith as well, who are going to be in and about that kind of attacking trio. And as much as I know you don't like him, Chris, I think Naismith probably could be one of our most important players this season.
I tell you what, I will fully admit, and I said it in the last podcast, I want him to prove me wrong. I really do. And actually, he has impressed me pre-season. Wasn't just because he scored. I just think you can hear him first and foremost.
You can definitely
hear him yapping. That's great. I want him to prove me wrong. I just think so far he's not proven his worth.
I agree to an extent. I think if we'd have signed him for £2 or £3 million, I think that the wholesale opinion would have been completely different. But
correct.
It was £8.5 million.
And in the Championship as well, you'd have gone, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, exactly.
But in the Premier League, even in the Prem, like, do you know what I mean?
He had one good game, and that's fair enough. But I think with Stephen Naismith, what he does off the ball is completely unseen. So he cajoles other people, he presses balls in the right areas, he grabs balls. All of those things.
I'm up for giving him a new chance.
And
honestly, I am honestly up for giving him a new opportunity. Clean slate for everyone this season, including Stephen Naismith.
Okay, cool. Nice. Last week we were in Germany. Well, the team were in Germany. You weren't. I was. It was very good.
Right, rub it in.
2 games, a 2-0 win, which was nearly postponed because of thunderstorms. And the second game, probably the bigger one, a 3-1 win. Lots of different players used, lots of different formations. Decent week, wasn't it?
Yeah, ideal pre-season, really, wasn't it? Especially if you compare it to pre-seasons that we've had recently that haven't gone to plan. Teams haven't turned up. We've played teams that we didn't know we were playing. Yeah.
Some people still disagree with that. Some people say, oh, well, they're not even Championship standard. What do you think of that, Andy?
Bundesliga 2, not Championship standard?
Apparently, yeah. Apparently they're not good enough to play pre-season.
Well,
it's not my opinion.
They're good enough to play pre-season. I haven't watched Bundesliga and Bundesliga 2 football live a couple of times.
It's above where we are, isn't it? Surely.
It's different.
Okay, it's just different.
I don't think there is a lot of difference in quality. I think this week has showed that it's a good standard to go and have a pre-season over there. The way they keep the ball and the way they work you about, that's ideal for pre-season.
Yeah.
In terms of Bielefeld, that was the game that I saw. They were an impressive team. They were very good off the ball. They were very structured. It was their last pre-season game. I think they go into the proper league campaign this week. So in terms of decent opposition, I think there was no better team.
I think Brighton's going to be the litmus test, and possibly is it Charlton we're playing tomorrow night as well, or is it tonight?
Brighton won't be a test.
It's going to be tonight when this goes out. I guess.
Like that.
Yeah, there you go. You like
well done. Okay.
yeah, nice, thanks.
Well done.
But we've gone over to Germany. We're playing with a German head coach, a German formation, German centre backs.
We're basically German now.
Exactly.
I love that.
German stickers on sale. Link in the description.
Absolutely, yeah, nice.
20% cut.
Jack, question.
Yeah.
How did Angus look?
Very good, actually. I was very impressed. I wasn't too sure because, he hasn't played a league game.
Made a cracking save at the end, didn't he?
Yeah, as well as that, I thought in terms of, he's basically a sweeper keeper, pretty much. Okay. He was pretty much on his 18-yard box most of the time. There were a lot of occasions when he got the ball with not too much time, and he looked as cool as you like.
So it's Friday night, Fulham tomorrow. Do you play Angus? Do you start with Angus and Remy Matthews on the bench?
Yeah, 100%. I love Remy Matthews, but I don't think he's at the level that we need him to be just yet in terms of the formation and system we're going to play, because it is incredibly different. Like, we didn't play a long ball into Jerome once. I know I haven't watched any pre-season up until that Germany trip, and loads of people were saying, we're playing this passing football, but it really is like we've got it at the back and we've got two strikers close us down, we will still raise.
What I noticed as well is they were really zipping it around. It wasn't like, it was really
That was the big
Smashing
thing for me. The tempo, the work rate was just through the roof. And they trained the morning of the game as well.
What I was going to say about Angus is Pep really likes the fact that he plays the ball on the ground and he's good with his feet. So I think we'll probably see more of that. So there might be a few potential almost heart attacks in the Barclays next season. But I'm quite excited about that. And for someone of the calibre of Pep to say Angus is a very good goalkeeper says an awful lot, and in my opinion completely squashes anything that Angus shouldn't be number one next season.
Shines a huge spotlight as well on our recruitment policy. So previously you could easily say that our recruitment policy is scattergun. This year you can see that we've got a way that we're going to play football, and we're signing players who play football in that way.
Yeah, and as well as that, I think the big thing I was impressed with Daniel Farke was we the first half was okay. We weren't incredible. The second half we had a bit of pressure early doors, and then he changed the formation and he changed a few of the players, and we were fine.
He's got a plan B, something that we've 100%. Not had in the last couple of seasons.
Do you think we're going to play 5 at the back, or sort of these 2 wing backs, or do you think we'll go for the standard 4?
I think it'll change week in, week out, depending on the opposition. Even in game, I think it'll change.
And that's exciting. What an exciting time to be watching Norwich, by the way.
I know.
Awesome.
Yannick Vilchka at right wing back.
Oh. I love that experiment. I love Yannick at right back.
Yeah, when I saw it, was it the Lowestoft game when he first went in? I was like, is this right? Have they made a typo here? James Husband as well.
What did he look like?
Very good.
Decent.
Is he?
He's like Mitchell Dykes, but with a brain, basically.
And a bit smaller.
Don't disrespect the
You said not as beefy.
Yeah, he's not as beefy.
He's not a buffer.
Taller than I thought, and he's quicker than I thought.
Is he a buffer?
No.
Or not? He's not in the buffer club.
He's not in the Mitchell Dykes buffer club, but
okay.
he's got something about him.
Okay. Oh, Nelson Oliveira's goal. Talk to me. What a goal. Come on.
What words are there?
Just talk to me about it. What a goal.
He nutmegged a guy.
Class.
Ran on.
Just confidence again. I just love him.
I think he's one of the most complete strikers I've seen at Norwich in my lifetime.
And what I love is that he can barely talk English.
It's improving.
Yeah, did you see that video?
Yeah, but it's just brilliant. I almost love the fact that he can barely talk.
It's not as good as
English.
Mbakani, who just grunted.
Yeah.
Ex-players.
I remember asking the Mbok for a photo, as you do, and he just went, okay.
He used to live around the corner from me, Mbakani.
Did he?
Yeah, and some kids knocked on his door and basically wanted an autograph. He didn't say anything to them, and he just gave them a football and a load of tickets and just went, yeah, see you later.
No way.
Can't sack though, to be fair.
Yeah.
I like that story.
Would you have the Mbok back?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Mbok? Fancy it? He's
Yeah.
a beast from the east, isn't he?
Yeah, his hold-up play was, when he was on it, was super.
Yeah, I don't think Webber would have him back though. I think that's the point.
Well, it's wages, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's more work
that's
rate, I think.
And yeah, how he fits in at the start. It
Yeah.
goes back to that recruitment thing, doesn't it?
Anyway, clean slate, new players, new season.
So, on the whole, pre-season is nearly over. Have we been impressed? I'll tell you what negatives have you picked out? Is there anything you've gone, not too sure about that?
I think injuries is probably the only one. A lot of players have picked up minor knocks. They're possibly not used to the new training regime. But apart from that, you can't fault it, can you, really? We've got our signings done quickly. We're playing decent opposition. We've kind of stepped it up gradually. It's all good.
Bang on.
Yeah,
They find something to moan about.
Well, Pritchard's injury is the obvious one. Like, it seems a shame to have played Cambridge and then been kicked off the park. But injuries happen, right?
Yeah,
football,
it's part of it.
Anything, Chris?
Are we doing Moan of the Week now then?
Yeah, we'll go into moan of the week now.
Jacob leaving.
Yeah?
Glad about that.
You're really cut up about that, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
Really?
Good player.
Moan of the week. Anything in life.
Yeah.
It can be live. Make it live. Go on.
Life. School holidays. So,
Oh.
got 2 small kids. It's been raining today. Daddy,
Ooh.
can I have some chocolate? Daddy, what can we
Well,
do now?
you know where
Daddy,
to get it
can we
from.
go out?
You know where to get it from. Freetreats.co.uk.
So if I can take some free treats, chocolate home
Just-
to my children, they'll be buzzing.
John, all you have to do, put your email address in freetreats.co.uk website, and the chocolate will be coming your way. Or coffee.
Or crisps, or
Bake crisps.
Yes.
Or our appearance fee for this will pay for the chocolate.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just keep that.
Moan of the week, Andy.
John cancelling plans on me.
Oh, tell me
Do
about
I need
this.
to sit in between you?
It's totally my fault. I'll fess
spin.
up. There's not many times Andy's right about things, but he is right about it.
What did you cancel?
Dinner?
Oh.
Do you go on romantic dinners? Is it like a hipster Along Come Norwich thing?
We were bringing the wives, weren't we?
Yeah, it was
That was just an
organised
excuse, that was
months
a
in
facade.
advance.
T-shirt money.
He double booked me and then he chose the other plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
My moan of the week, the conversion rate to the euro. Had to get euros for Germany. £150 got me €152.
No.
What is all that about?
My dollar's looking lovely. I'm off to New York next week. Dollars are looking lovely.
Is it?
Yeah, cheers. Thank you very much.
Nice work. Okay, so you might have seen last week that Norwich City decided to change their marketing plan a little bit and market their kit to the good fellows of Ipswich.
1-1 in kit advertising wars.
Hey, enjoy that.
What was all that about, lads?
Superb.
Yeah?
Brilliant. Got the kit out there even more, didn't it? Wound them up nicely.
Apparently it was a mistake. It wasn't ever supposed to be that.
It wasn't a mistake.
Yeah, it was a mistake.
Oh, right, okay. It was a mistake.
Yeah.
Are Ipswich going down next season?
You really think they are,
I agree with Jack. I think they're in genuine trouble this season.
There we go.
Yeah, genuinely.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
See, even hating Ipswich...
No, I'm not hating. I'm just being a realistic football fan.
And I don't hate Ipswich. I genuinely don't hate Ipswich apart from match day. Couldn't care less about them. All of the rest of the time.
Good, actually. Yeah.
Apart from the miserable faces of their signings, why are you so sure they're going to struggle?
They've had years and years of mediocrity, and it's just getting worse and worse. And
Well,
worse.
I think the thing is they've got an owner there who doesn't invest.
Yeah.
They've lost the man who basically kept them up last season in Tom Lawrence. Yes, they've replaced him in a couple of loanee signings. Well, he did. His goals kept them up.
I think
Love it. Yeah.
Season ticket renewals are down, which obviously doesn't mean too much.
Protests.
But the fans are going downhill. Did you hear the story about my Ipswich friend who they bought an extra season ticket to use the chair?
Oh, I saw that
as a card table. So they bought a season ticket in between them and used it to play cards on.
It doesn't surprise me. It's just Ipswich, isn't it? It really is just Ipswich.
Well, their owner is appalling.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
Oh yeah, scumbag, right?
Well, when a guy comes along who's just there to suck the money out of the club.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Couldn't happen to a nice man.
Well, no, but it's also a good
long live
warning as to
Marcus
why
Evans.
Delia and co aren't the worst owners we could get.
Love Delia.
You only have to look
We're
down
going to get her on
once.
soon, aren't we, Jack?
Oh, we've always got her on her. She's always looking over us.
She is. Oh, right,
Is that the plan?
I'll tell you what,
that's a bit religious, Jack.
Have a look through this and pick out your favourite recipe.
Yeah, go on.
Through
While
that.
we're talking, obviously.
As if I don't already have one.
Have you got one?
Oh, Indian kebabs straight away. There you go.
Oh, that sounds good.
Just rocks up, Oh yeah, here you go, Indian kebab.
So you don't think Ipswich are going down next season?
I would absolutely love them to. Of course, I would. I want to see them all cry, but I just can't. They always just drag through the league like a cold bag of shit, don't they? They don't go anywhere. They don't do anything. That's why I'm so disappointed that we drew against them last season.
Twice.
Is it more funny if they get relegated or don't get relegated and just constantly stay in the Championship? Because at least League One is something different.
Yeah,
I think
it's funnier if they get relegated though.
Yeah.
Because they kind of got that to hold over us. Yeah, you went down to League One. And,
But they will be crushed if they go down to League One.
They're not going to have. They'll be screwed.
Yeah, they're not going to have any. No one's going to want to pick Ipswich up off the floor. With Norwich, it was like, oh, good old nice Norwich. Go on.
I never understand the argument that people want them to stay in the Championship for us to have the derby. I would be quite happy if they liquidated tomorrow.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Really?
100%.
No way.
You don't like the
I
derby?
much prefer.
I love the derby.
Yeah.
I like the derby, but I hate it.
Just the derby every couple of seasons. Just let them go to League One.
No
lose
Ipswich
loads of
fan
players.
enjoy supporting Ipswich. They just do it because they're there.
They're not-
put them
no.
out of the pain.
They all support
Get
Chelsea.
rid of them.
So
They all support
you boys
Chelsea.
are young though.
Yeah.
Me and Andy have been through that kind of phase with Norwich. You kind of talking late 90s, early 2000s until Worthy kind of kicked us on. It was kind of like that for Norwich, and we were really, really fortunate that we signed Huckabee on loan. We went up. Otherwise, we could have had 15 years of the Championship.
We're so similar to Ipswich.
Oh, don't.
As
start.
Andy.
We're so similar.
John.
So similar.
What the?
Completely agree.
So similar.
And football is cyclical, and there will be a time, probably within the next decade,
Yeah,
where we are the less.
Until then. But until then.
Much prefer them. Stay in the Championship. Play them twice a year. Maybe go down to League One once and get them in the cup. But I want to play them.
In terms of, are we actually almost on par with them in terms of wins now? Are we almost
What,
up
derby
to
wins?
They're
the?
one behind.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Easy. Back in front next
Done.
season then.
Yeah.
Yeah, simple.
Cool. Now, the big talking point of this week kicked off on Facebook earlier on, and it stems back to the matchday experiences from later last season. Of course, the EFL stopped us filming inside of the ground, and we needed to film videos. We needed to get that YouTube revenue in somehow, so we resorted to talking about Norwich City pedestrianisation, the pedestrianisation of Norwich City Centre. You hate it.
Just going to sit back.
You love it.
Just going to sit back.
You love it. Do you actually love it?
Yes.
You crave it, don't you?
I like.
You rub your hands together and
it,
go, oh, pedestrianisation.
I'd much rather it is nicer to walk and cycle through Norwich.
Yeah. I love slow traffic. Oh yeah.
But why are you driving anywhere? Walk and cycle. You
Because
can walk and
people
cycle
drive,
much quicker.
Andy. People drive.
But you don't need to drive.
People have got to go to work from like long distance out of Norwich.
Not
into
through
places
Norwich
like
City
Wyndham,
Centre,
for
they don't.
example. What, if you live in Norwich City Centre?
You go around it.
Andy, it took me from St Andrew's car park
Yeah.
an hour and a half from St Andrew's car park, an hour and a half to Trouse.
Okay.
That is not acceptable.
You could have
in any
walked
way,
it
shape, or form.
in half that time.
Andy, right.
Or cycled it.
People own cars. You can't just say, oh, everyone get rid of your
I
car.
own a car, but it takes me twice as long to get to work if I drive than cycle, so I cycle.
Right,
and
okay.
then I don't moan about it.
Okay, money-wise. Look, I cycle to work.
Yeah, money-wise.
It's great. I'm just moaning on behalf of everyone that has to drive.
Yeah, money-wise. Much cheaper to cycle than drive.
No, money-wise.
Yeah.
Why on earth would you spend that much money on just absolutely jack shit? And also, why have they made a fake road in the middle of it to just tease you? Oh, this could be a road, but it's not.
Wait, regeneration works.
Are you
in
gonna
terms
stick
of
up
bringing
for the
more money
design?
in than
It's
spending money?
actually crushed a Thai business on the corner that have consequently lost hundreds of thousands of pounds in revenue and will be suing the council.
Okay.
Okay.
But the regeneration... So, take Riverside. It's a thriving area now, where
It
before
is.
there was no businesses at all.
Yeah.
Purely down to pedestrianisation.
Okay. Right.
Car parks.
But it's out of the city centre. It is out of the city centre. They do what
Gentleman's
they
walk.
like outside the city
Gentleman's
centre.
walk.
Yeah, it's alright.
It's alright.
Yeah, it's alright.
Should they open it back up to
Okay.
cars? So
Why
you
have
can
they
get to
made?
Trouse 5 minutes
Okay,
quicker?
right. Okay. Why have they made a fake road?
Well, I don't know.
Andy, you need to know.
What? Will you tell
If
me
you
why
lo-
they've made a fake road?
Well, I don't know. That's the
Oh,
frustrating.
you need to know.
I don't know.
Look. What? No, honestly, it's ridiculous.
The
If
landscape
they're going to
is lovely, Chris.
pedestrianise it,
The lovely sort of flower beds and
I love how
walks.
these boys are winding me up.
It is a more visual,
Yeah, it looks
pleasant shopping experience.
Yeah, it
isn't
looks lovely.
It's really
Do you
nice.
shop at John Lewis, don't you? You
Yeah,
love John
yeah.
Lewis.
No, my missus.
And by the way, there's a backhander going on there, big time.
Based on what?
I tell you what it is. It's John Lewis. We'll just quickly. We'll get the council
That
some
does
money
not
to,
happen. We work for the council. That definitely does not happen.
We'll not disclose that.
It's because you don't know anything. You've just
You don't
sprouted
know
a
what I know.
rumour.
You don't know what I know.
What's it based on?
Facts.
Go
I
on.
don't want people to
I
lose their
don't
jobs.
think you can claim that Norwich City Council are taking bribes, say that that's based on fact, and then...
Okay. They're not taking bribes,
Right.
but the whole thing is ridiculous.
So you want to get to Trouse 5 minutes quicker by car when you could cycle.
No, I
you're
don't
quite
care about me. I
happy.
care about everyone else.
Oh, so
I can
noble.
crack on with
No, you
life.
don't.
I bike, it's fine.
Then
And
why-
actually,
why do you whinge
I tell
about
you
it
what.
every week then?
I tell you what as well.
Come on.
But
We need the views.
biking is now horrendous. It's made it worse as a cyclist. I tell you why. Now, all of a sudden, all human beings in Norwich City Centre think, "Oh, I can just walk everywhere now." I'm going to strap.
terrible.
I'm going to no. I'm going to strap a GoPro to my head and do an exclusive TNC. I honestly almost run over a granny on my bike, crossing that pedestrianisation bit or the road every other day.
I think just go cycle with a bit more care, mate.
Andy, they literally cross the road with their ears because of the fact it's been pedestrianised.
But if you know that, you can adjust your behaviour accordingly. Grannies don't move that fast if you're running
It's
them
not
over on
just
your bike.
grannies,
Just
it's
avoid
people.
them.
It's people.
Just ride your bike
Anyway.
sensibly.
We're going to be walking down the newly formed road to the Brighton game on Saturday. We've got Charlton before that, but we've not really got time to talk about that. Brighton, the last pre-season game of the pre-season. What do you want to see from it? What do you want to feel going after that game, going into the season? Is there anything you want to be like, right, I want to see this and then I'll be happy?
I think I'd like to see... So, the 2 pre-season games that we had in Germany, when we didn't have Pritchard... Yes, we kept the ball quite nicely, but there was a sense, and I didn't watch either game apart from bits on a stream and highlights, but there was a sense that we weren't creating that many chances because we didn't have Wes, we didn't have Maddison, and we didn't have Pritchard. So I'd like to see Wes and or Maddison really stamp their authority on a game and show that they're ready for this season.
Good boy.
Do you genuinely think Maddison's ready?
Yeah, I really do.
Why?
He's just ready. Just wants it.
What's he done in the Championship to prove
He's
it?
just got a fire in his eyes and his belly, for that matter.
That's all it needs for you, isn't it? Just fire.
Just passion. That's all I want, just passion. That's why Nelson's going to smash 25 plus goals.
He
this
has
season.
actually got talent.
I think Maddison's got talent.
Oh no, Maddison's got talent. He hasn't proven himself in the Championship. You can't just go, Maddison's
Jack Angus hasn't proved himself in the Championship. You're sticking up for him earlier, so what's going on?
And Maddison has proved himself in the SPL, which is a very similar standard. The SPL and the Championship are fairly similar in standard.
Andy, no.
I think he's going to be
League One football at best.
An awesome player for us.
Yes.
I'm not quite sure he's going to be ready for it quite yet. I think the physical test of the Championship.
I fully agree. I think Maddison is going to be a top player, but we can't be like, right, Maddison's going to. We're going to have to rely on. He's a young lad. He hasn't played much Championship football. You can't just go, Maddison's going to.
But Pritchard's out. He's got a great opportunity. Our style of football will mean we're attacking teams, which means he's going to have the ball more than what he would have under any other manager of recent seasons. And I genuinely do believe that he will do very well next season.
And we've got Wes.
I mean, when you've got Wes, you always have
Wes just teeing him up constantly. It's just poetry.
I'm not sure about his haircut though.
Love it.
Well, I like a ball.
That was League One. He rocked that in League One as well, didn't he?
Suits the bald head.
Hey, he smashed it in League One with a bald head.
Us creative mercurial types all suit bald heads. Fact.
I'm not feeling it. What do you want to see from the Brighton game, Chris?
Well,
any formation you want to see?
I just want to beat Brighton again, just to prove a point, because they're just Brighton, aren't they? It's a classic tin pot football club, so it's fine.
Why don't you like Brighton?
We don't need to go over it again, Jack. Do we?
You've already offended the whole of Brighton.
Right.
Anyway,
the whole of Norwich.
I think you've offended the whole of the UK. Pretty much every other team, haven't you?
Leeds, Middlesbrough, Brighton.
Norwich City Council.
I've not. Do I have to say this every single time?
You don't hate Leeds. You just hate the football club.
No, I don't. This is rubbish. I like Leeds.
Filled with hate. Just let it go.
Right, questions. Cameron Jerome, if he leaves, will you care? And will that be a good signing for Fulham?
It depends on the money. 3 million for Cameron Jerome is a good signing for Fulham.
They've got Chrissy Martin up front, haven't they? Still,
I think he's gone back to Derby. He's signing a new contract.
Okay. Would you care if he left though?
It depends on the money. For 3 million.
So you're all about the money.
For 3 million, I think he's worth 3 million to us.
Yeah, right.
He's not worth 6 million to us.
Do you not think?
No, I'll take 6 million.
Okay, would you?
Definitely take 6 million. I'd be upset if he went because he's been such a good servant and his work rate is ridiculous for a striker at this level. But if we get 6 million, I think you can probably replace him.
I think 6 million at that age, you would be tempted to accept it at that age.
Yeah, the same with Harrison. 6 million for a 29-year-old midfielder, however good he is a good deal for everyone.
And the new philosophy of the club, where we're going, young players coming in.
Yeah.
But look, Cam Jam's staying. I'm not just Jacob Murphy in this situation. No. He's definitely staying. He's gonna go when this gets released, isn't he?
Probably. Who speaks better English, Ivo Pinto or Nelson Oliveira?
It's Ivo.
Yeah,
it's Ivo every time.
Next question.
Right. Do you think, to stop the ball running out of play so much, the FA should introduce cubed balls?
It would stop the ball running out of play.
Is this something you said before or something? Is this like an in-joke?
No, I think it's because cubed balls don't roll.
Well, yeah, I understand. I didn't know if one of your left field articles were like, football's kind of gone off.
No, it's a good idea. Write that down.
Triangles. Make it triangle.
Hurt your foot.
On this topic, the ball boys are still...
Really?
Ball boys are still
They're young lads, Chris. Stop bullying everyone.
No, they're not managed properly.
Have you been a ball boy?
Yes.
It's tricky business, mate.
But I do agree with you. They could be given some sort of game management. Like, if we're 1-0 up with 5 minutes to go, don't give the ball straight back.
They do that.
Andy, they're just so slow anyway.
He's still at the club and he talks to all the ball boys before and he genuinely says, if Norwich are winning, keep hold of it.
Yeah, but
I like that.
But they are so slow. They sit on those wooden stools, freezing their arse off, which is acceptable, that's fair enough. When the ball comes near you, get up, jump over and help us out. Come on. Get the game on. It's ridiculous.
Really?
That's my moan of the week.
Ball boys.
The ball boys.
I think the wooden chairs are a bit harsh though. Very kind of bad on their posture. We're creating to the poor posture of the UK, Norwich City ball boys. Should Norwich sell currywurst?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
German sausage for next season.
We should introduce loads of German football things. So
for that.
We should have currywurst. We should have like big fan zones outside the ground where people can all gather and drink. We should have.
We got that Carrow Park, Andy. That's buzzing.
It's not a fan zone, is it?
It's not a fan zone.
It's not a fan zone. So there is a pub doing it as well. I forget who it is.
Currywurst?
Yeah, I think it's the Fat Cat and Canary. I think they're going to do it.
Really?
Love that.
I might have got that wrong.
Please
don't go there and expect it.
The big German thing I'd like to see is at the start of the game, I'd like Farker to come out and really give it to the Bartley.
Well,
come on,
start on the ball City.
Do you think that would work in England though?
Yeah, I think it definitely would. And then at the end of the
Can
game,
you remember
that
a
is
player
quite
called
typical.
Dave Nielsen? I don't know.
Yeah, sort of.
So like every time Norwich got a corner, he would be fist pumping in front of the Barclay. They absolutely lapped it up. Yeah.
get that, and then at the end of the game, get the whole team to come over and say thank you, like they did.
Yeah,
at
Yeah, 100%.
Come on.
Yeah. Flags.
Yeah, so talk to us about this.
Flags.
So you've had a big kind of say on the atmosphere kind of issues, and we were speaking to Russ about it. He said atmosphere does affect the players because I didn't maybe know if it did or not. Us fans like to think it does, but it does, according to Russ. So what's the plan then for next season at Carrow Road?
So what we've done with Along Come Norwich is we've produced a range of t-shirts before that we've then sold, and the money that we've got from that we've put back into the website, but we've also been able to make quite a good donation to the Bark Lane project who are huge on making the atmosphere at Carrow Road better, and discussions are still ongoing, but essentially what we'd like to see is a yellow and green flag, banners, everything in the Barclay, like really lift the atmosphere.
Like Crystal Palace?
Yeah, similar to Crystal
very
Palace,
similar.
Liverpool, that whole, everyone involved, carnival-esque.
Celtic?
Yeah, Celtic.
Yeah.
Safe standing obviously would be the ideal long term, but that's out of the club's hands. So, yeah, for now, banners, flags.
I think that
Get
will
everyone
actually
involved.
create more. I've got a funny feeling that seeing a flag will just make you sing more. I don't know why.
Is that scientifically
When
proven?
I just
feel it?
All right, I know I went into colour psychology last week, but no.
But hopefully for the Sunderland game, you'll see the difference. There'll be a
That's
much
going to be a big game, that Sunderland game, isn't
Love
it?
that.
Big game.
Big game.
Good time to
Shame
play
it's
them
on
as well.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sunday.
Yeah.
Bloody TV giving us all this money. Freetreats.co.uk. Big thanks to Free Treats for sending the question.
Thanks, Free Treats.
What's the biggest personal / family sacrifice you've ever had to make for Norwich City Football Club?
My
Go on, John.
God.
You got mugged off on the radio with this, didn't you?
I do remember this.
Oh, hang on. Which one was that?
When they
Which
asked
one?
you if it was alright if you missed
Yeah, which
Valentine's Day,
sacrifice?
and you said, yeah, Rachel's cool
Oh,
with that, and then
yeah.
they had Rachel on the other line. She was like, well,
Yeah, so I was doing I mean, Andy's pretty much told the story, but I think it was the Newcastle game last season. I was on Radio Norfolk in the morning. They kind of do a fans thing in the morning. And they were talking about Valentine's Day and is it okay if you go to the football on Valentine's Day? And I kind of said, well, I've got a really understanding wife and she kind of knows the deal. And Nick Conrad kind of went, is that right, Rachel? And she was on the other line and total stitch up. So,
didn't she then tell the story of you missing or nearly missing the birth of a child?
John.
So it didn't quite happen.
To be fair, that's
like
acceptable.
that. So, okay, so it was the birth of our first child. So Isabel. So at that point, Rach didn't really know that she was in established labour. And I said, okay, it's kind of 2 o'clock. How are you in labour? We don't know. She's at home. Like, is it all right if I go? And she went, go. It's absolutely fine. So when it was a dour game, 1-1 draw with Blackpool, it wasn't worth it at all. And then about 2 hours later, she had the baby.
So
Or,
at least you made it.
So actually it was about 24 hours later she had the baby, but we were up there in A&E or the maternity services.
What's your one? Biggest ever sacrifice?
Last season, Valentine's Day, there was a game on Valentine's Day. Did not go down well.
No.
I had to put my foot down. I had to, but it didn't go down well.
Was it the Newcastle game?
Yeah, it was.
That was worth going to.
Yeah.
Worth
Yeah.
It's a good game.
Yeah, good game.
It's worth the argument, definitely.
100%.
Always.
What about
and
you?
you can be romantic the rest of the year. You're a romantic guy. You can make it up.
No comment, Andy.
You've got a couple.
Do I?
You have.
Come on,
Go on.
spill
Come
the
on.
beans.
Text
I don't know
Joe.
which ones you're hinting at.
I think there's one where Joe was very ill and you went to the football.
Joe was in hospital with pancreatitis.
Oh,
Yeah, I did miss that.
I've got.
For Watford, we
Yeah, but
got
what
relegated.
could you have done, like, except for
Well, yeah.
go and visit?
I could have.
Yeah,
like,
offer
driven
general
her.
support.
I
Yeah.
could
Oh,
have.
Yeah.
Oh, right, you
I
didn't
could have.
drive.
I could have taken her to the hospital.
Oh, right, she wasn't actually in hospital. It's fine.
No, she went to hospital about 7:30, and we kicked off at 7:45.
I've actually got a very, very bad one.
Wow.
Basically, my missus, God bless her, love you, Becky. Start of our relationship 5.5 years ago. She basically was on a bike ride and got hit by a van. I've never even told you this before because I'm so ashamed of it. I really am. She got hit by a van. She was fine, but she had to go up to A&E. Her best friend was with her, and when she texted me saying I've been hit, I called her because I was working at the club at the time. I called to say, "Oh, you're right," blah blah. She was like, her best friend answered saying, "Yeah, Becky's fine. She's just coming round. Everything's all good."
Coming round.
And I responded with, "Well, great, that's good, because Brian Gunn's around for tea, so I'm just going to crack on and have a curry with Brian Gunn. And honestly, she's held it to me ever since. So now I have to. It is very, very acceptable for me to miss a game.
No, it's not.
Jack, she got hit by a van,
If
and I chose Gunny.
It's gone. She's fine.
If only that street had been pedestrianised.
Nice.
Should have been fine.
Nice.
Was the van okay?
Just
Good. Right, we're on to Snapchat now. Where do you think Norwich will finish this season?
Well, I think that's part of the exciting thing. Like, I have genuinely no idea. I think things are looking good. So you always say top 6.
Top 6.
Top 6.
Yeah, I'm with
top
Andy.
6.
I think top 6, but I think it's going to be a slow start. And I think actually we've been pushing it on Along Come Norwich. People have to stay patient.
yeah. Top 2.
First.
That's good patience.
First.
Early door.
No, I'm being patient, but I genuinely believe that we'll get top 2. I've just got a funny feeling it's going to click.
We'll be champions. Hold me to it.
Big talk.
Well done, Jack. Well done.
100%. Right, let's find...
Optimism is flowing in the TNC studio.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the German stickers in the
Oh,
beer.
I like this one. In terms of football, if you could choose any...
Spit it out.
Right, here we go. In terms of football, if you could choose any manager who's managed Norwich City Football Club to coach your five-a-side team, who would it be and why?
That is a good question. I've played football with Nigel Wellington before.
Any good? He quit his job at... Was it
Fakenham.
Fakenham,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's a
Gone.
director.
Bless him.
But I think before it all went wrong, before Newcastle away, Alex Neil, for me, was someone I would have ran through a wall for. Listening to him speak, he was someone I would want to play for. Obviously, it all went wrong. Now, I think Daniel Farke, I'd love to learn from him.
Would you like to work under a manager with no man management skills whatsoever?
Is that true though? Did he
Yeah,
really
I'm
have
not sure
no
that is
man
true.
It
management
is
skills?
completely true.
Facts?
It is true.
Yeah, I think that's probably
It
true.
is definitely true.
Well,
But
he
how
got
did he
performances
turn
out
around?
of him
I
for a
was
while.
gonna say,
didn't
that
he?
playoff season, how did he turn around an average squad under Neil Adams?
I'm
and
only
stick a
going-
rocket up their arse.
I'm only going off our TNC
Well, I think that...
HP source.
I think that first season of momentum just naturally carried them through.
But he picked them up from
Yeah.
not underperforming, but
we
not...
weren't terrible under Neil.
Yeah, we weren't
Yes,
terrible.
We were 12th,
we weren't terrible, but we also weren't going to do what we then went on and
Yeah.
did under.
No,
Alex
that
Neil.
completely.
So he got a reaction out of him.
You're breaking the TNC rule. We're not talking about Alex Neil. We're not talking about last season.
Okay.
Go back to the question.
Who'd manage your five-side team?
Don't know.
Mine would be Chris Hughton.
Oh, it's got to be Lambo.
Hughy. Defensive then. Very
Oh, yeah,
defensive.
Lambert.
Lambert.
It's got to be
Really.
Lambert.
No, mine would be Hughton because I've got no technical ability whatsoever. I can punt it long, so I don't
Yeah,
have to
you
do anything
see
else.
his
on
style
Hughton,
of
just
football
punt it
as
long.
well.
And
Fits my style of
defensive
football.
positioning from what's
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
white flagged. So,
Yeah, solid, yeah.
100%.
I really like that question.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Jack often
No,
changes the
the top one.
questions, so there we go.
Ah,
Go on.
didn't even read that. Good
Great
shot.
question. that.
What advice would you give to current content creators? This guy is actually a good writer, by the way, Connor. What advice would you give to current content creators or people looking to produce content about being successful with it? Because you're more writing, we're more video.
Is this
Yeah,
Norwich
yeah.
City related content or just?
Probably in general, really. Just stick with Norwich.
Well,
That's what we
for
do.
me, it's believe in what you're saying. Like, for the way that I write is, I try and write. I have a voice in my head that is the same way that I speak, and I just try and write as I think, if that
Right.
makes sense. And as a result, what I think, what comes across in what I'm writing, is that I really believe in it and I care about it.
Yeah.
And I don't think it necessarily matters what
Hence why
subject
you
you're
guys have
writing
done well.
on. Thank you. I don't think it really matters what you're writing on if it's clear that you care about it.
Yeah, and I think I'd agree with Andy. I think it's got to be something that you're passionate about. So we're both passionate about atmosphere. We write a lot about atmosphere. But also you've got to balance the argument. I think there's a lot of things out there that people write and actually it's just one side of the argument. It's an opinion piece and they just want to give their view. But you've always got to look at the other side and actually kind of take into consideration to come to a definitive conclusion at the end of your piece.
Do you think that's the fan's job, though, to create that balanced viewpoint?
I think it's really easy. I think if you're writing content, it's really easy just to stick your opinion out there and actually for people to disagree or agree. But actually it shows that you've thought about it. And I think that's the big point, that if you don't think about it and you just stick your opinion out there, then actually you can take pelters and that's fair enough.
There does need to be some of the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. But I think if you're a journalist working for a newspaper, then of course, yeah, you need to balance up to a certain point. But I think if you believe in something, you don't have the responsibility.
You don't have to.
No. It's not a responsibility, I don't think. I think it's more you just have to...
I suppose it depends how you want your content to be received.
Yeah, and you need to be aware of the other side of the argument. I think that's what
of course.
You have to reference that, you've at least considered that there's another side.
Yeah. The most important thing for me, if you're starting out, is make sure you're creating your own organic, honest opinions. It's all you. It's your words. You start from a blank piece of paper and you just crack on. And again, you believe in it, but it's your words. Make sure it's your words, because then people will respect you a hell of a lot more.
I would say, I haven't done much writing. I'm not very good at writing. But in terms of just creating content, I would say don't try and target it to a certain audience. You write for yourself, and if it's good enough, that audience will find you in a nat. And don't push it too hard. Work hard, put it out there, and just be patient, because people will view eventually. Don't go, don't do it for the money either. The money will come if it's good enough, but don't go searching for that ad revenue straight off the bat. Shout out to some people out there. Let's go.
We've been so nice about that section there, haven't we? Well done, Jack. Well done, Andy. Well done, John.
Do you think... Now, this is an interesting one, because you obviously are educated with Norwich City. Jacob Murphy's money, £12 million. Now, that doesn't work that we're just going to reinvest that £12 million in players, does it?
No way.
No, but reinvest it in players isn't necessarily the same as reinvesting it. So there's been a lot of talk recently about doing up Coney. That obviously takes money. There's player wages.
So the question is, do you think we'll sign anyone with the Jacob Murphy money?
I think we'll sign players, but I think actually Michael Bailey said it best when he said there's a £5 million overdraft that we're kind of right up to the hilt on. And we need to plug that gap. And whilst some of the Johnny Howson money will have plugged that, actually we've signed the likes of Marcel Franca for, I think that's how you say it anyway, for £2-3 million. So a lot of that money's already taken up. We need to plug the finances. I think the club have been really transparent. It's something they've done really, really well this summer, is say that we're a bit screwed financially and we need to sell. So I think, we might see 5-6 mil of that reinvested in fees, but not
and that's sensible, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's very tough as a Norwich fan. Football fans aren't there to be clued up about the finances, and I completely understand that some people would be like, right, why are we not spending the money?
Yeah. But also, spending money isn't a guarantee of success.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's been a few people who've said, oh look, we've got rid of all these players and we've got all this money, why aren't we spending it? Yeah. But we're signing players that we need for... Like, you don't need to spend £10 million on one player for them to be a success.
Bring up all the time.
Exactly.
Well, look at Villa last season. Next question. Strangest thing you've ever seen at a Norwich game?
Ooh,
Canary Fairy.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't come anymore, does he?
Not? He's a strange guy.
He used to love it, didn't he? Raz the Clown, legend.
Raz the Clown was pretty strange.
Raz the Clown was very
The
strange.
Aviva Lima, that was...
I had to wear that once. Did you know the Aviva Lima's got a fan in its head?
No, it's not.
So Captain Canary and Splat the Cat, R.I.P. Splat the Cat. Splat the Cat was the worst. If you got Splat the Cat, that was like, oh god, here we go, going to be sweating loads. The Aviva Lima has a fan in its head. High-tech stuff.
So that's the dream.
That's the one.
Yeah,
if you're going to be a mascot, you want to be going for the Aviva Lima. That's like the Premier League of mascots. Wow. Seriously, I'm being completely serious here.
Strangest
knowledge, that.
I've seen in a league game.
What about that guy in a full tuxedo next to us in the Barclay last season?
Oh, yes.
Just standing there in a tux, just rocking it, just loving it.
Wasn't that the new cut? I think that was Valentine's night. Do you reckon he just stood up on his date?
He just smashed out the tux. That was quite impressive, I have to say.
I've seen someone have a pucker pie completely dropped on their head.
Just drop what? What?
So I think it was at Rotherham last season when Jerome scored the equaliser. Was it the equaliser? Something like that. And someone just threw a pucker pie at someone's head. Just minced beef everywhere.
Rotherham, when Gary Hooper scored that worldie,
guy in his pants right next to Jack.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. He was also the guy who stood on the terrace at Ipswich.
Yeah, we all stood on the terrace at Ipswich though.
No, on the roof.
On the roof, yeah.
Oh, but which one? Is that the 5-1? Because we all had a little guy on the roof at 5-1.
I wasn't there.
There's a picture of him dancing.
Okay.
Right, now this is I want you to answer this, just no thinking about it. League position, we've done that. Player of the season.
Pritchard.
I can't not think about it.
No, come on, Chris.
You don't think about loads of your opinions.
Wow. He brought Heineken, let him off.
Yeah.
I bought that.
Oh, right, yeah. Terrible.
Dream player of the season, Maddison. Realistic player of the season. Actually, you know what? I'd love Angus Gunn to be player of the season. I'd love it.
Mario Vrancic. Top goal scorer.
Oliveira,
yeah.
Definitely Nelson Oliveira.
Oliveira. Top assister.
Pritchard or Murphy?
Only one.
Pritchard.
Pritch, definitely.
Matters.
Really?
Yeah, I just want Maddison to get it. I believe in him.
Marley Watkins.
Left field.
I think he's going to play a lot of games.
Yeah.
In different positions. I just think he'll get it.
New chant idea. Can we steal the Scotty Sinclair song and turn it into Marley Watkins? Can you approve
What's the
this or
Scotty
not?
Sinclair song? I'm not sure I've heard it.
Are you joking?
Let's hear it.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Well, I actually don't know. It's the... how's it go?
I think it's too complex for Norwich fans. I'm not
Too
slagging
complex for
Norwich.
Norwich fans.
The thing with chants, though, if you have a chant that you really like, just sing it at the game.
Oh, yeah.
Little cat
I'm
chant.
more than comfortable with that. I'm just getting your approval as the
To be fair-
atmosphere people.
Okay,
To be fair, I disagree with that statement because we tried to start a lot of chants last season that it was just us two.
That's not true.
If they're good enough.
Last season's a bad example.
Are you slagging off our chants?
I haven't heard them.
Evo Pinto, always believe in your soul. We walked that, didn't we? Quite
that
a
was
few
good.
times.
That was good.
We got slated for that as well, by the way, but we just carried on.
That was good. I like that.
Thank you.
Good. Right, that's all the questions.
Sorry, Christoph Zimmerman. Can we plug that one again?
What, the Zimmerman chant?
Christoph Zimmerman. Quite simple.
I like it.
Oh, come on.
But
But
there's
you
a lot
don't
of-
like it, you love it.
No, right, I like it.
Oh.
However, right, there's a lot of guys in the Barclay who sit near me who are 45 plus. They're not going to be up with today's charts.
Come on, it's quite simple. Shouldn't
Yeah,
it?
I like it.
I like
Yeah,
it.
I like it.
Yeah,
It's good. It's good.
All right,
Hang
you're
on,
with
this
us
is
then
another
next
question.
season.
Yeah, we're
we haven't
with you.
asked. Favourite ever Norwich chant?
Well, On the Ball C is
Right.
the oldest football chant there is. It's the first
I remember
one.
your piece about On the Ball City.
Well, I've written a book about football chanting. Who are we?
No more plugs.
He
Plug
will-
central
he
to
will-
that.
that
my
anyway.
favourite, I think, is Simon Lappin, King of Spain.
Yeah.
It was simple. He did look Spanish. It's excellent.
John?
It's good.
Youssef Safri.
Yeah, I was going
It's
to say
mine.
come back to me. Yeah, Safri was good. Walking into Robin's Wonderland. See, that's a bit before your time.
Yeah, but we can appreciate it anyway.
It was
Yeah, we
beautiful.
appreciate it.
Brian Gunn. He's got no hair, but we don't
Yeah,
care.
nice.
Brian Gunn. That was classic. I like it at Christmas time when we pop out all the old songs. I do
All the
enjoy that.
Huckabees.
But we should
I
probably
like
do
the
that
Huckabee
anyway.
Song. I really like the
Paul
Huckabee
McVeigh, there's another very quirky but
Yeah.
also very enjoyable song.
song. Yeah, really good. There was one, David Nielsen, again, going back to David Nielsen. We had him on loan from Wimbledon and they let him play against them and he won a penalty and scored a goal. And it was, thank you very much for David Nielsen.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. I like that a lot.
That
quite
sounds a bit old school.
That was good.
It's good. I'm not sure.
At the 15
Yeah.
Wimbledon
I'm not sure
fans.
if that'll fit in with the new gen.
Yeah.
Tell you when in the Gary O'Neill chant from the Premier League. Now that popped off. That
Yeah,
chant.
I disliked it.
So
How can you
suppose-
dislike a chant? It's creating atmosphere, right?
Nicked it from West Ham.
That's what I mean.
Well,
so that's why I asked the Scotty
yeah.
Sinclair question.
I think it's alright
Watkins.
to borrow tunes. The thing that annoyed me about the Gary O'Neill chant was I heard it loads and loads and loads, really, really loud, in concourses before the game and at half time. And you see all these people and they're singing in the Barclay concourse and you think, oh, it's going to be a cracking atmosphere. Then all those same people get up on the terrace.
yeah, but the best
That does annoy
the
me
best
as well.
example I think was at Palace away when it was mental on the concourse. I mean mental.
Apart from Bradley Snadden, who was on the floor,
But
passed
then
out.
everyone comes out and they're all spread about and people were trying, but it just doesn't catch on because people are just here, there, and everywhere.
Well, I'd like to see it at Carrow Road have a specific singing section.
Definitely.
And get everyone
But
wants to sing together.
that is the Barclay.
But
It's supposed to be.
It should be, but it's not.
Why is not?
Because there were a lot of people in the Barclay who enjoy the atmosphere but don't want to contribute to it.
So how do you get
I'm
rid
not-
of? You
I'm
can't
not
just
sure
get rid
that's
of
the
people who
case
don't want to
anymore, though.
contribute.
No, you don't. I don't think you get rid of people. You give people a choice, and you say, look, this area, the kind of expected behaviour and the kind of expected experiences. You're going to stand, you're going to sing, you're going to wave flags.
Yeah.
If you want to be part of that, but
That's
you don't
gonna-
want to be part of it, sit near it. Don't sit in it.
People will moan about the flags next season. I couldn't see after the game because I had a flag in my face. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
And what was frustrating for me last season is I totally agree with the perception people don't like the atmosphere that's in the Barclay because we'd try desperately to get a chant started and they'd be like, well, that's clearly not working, is it, mate? All right, I'm just trying to create a bit of atmosphere.
Yeah.
And that is so frustrating. And I just think, hopefully that'll all change. But it does prove a point that there are still people in the Barclay. They're fine to sit in the Barclay, but just accept the fact that it is it is and it should and it will be the singing end.
Brilliant. Last point, Leo Vegas.
Oh, do we have to?
Yeah.
Please.
Happy?
God.
I wouldn't say happy.
Lots of money for the club though. Can reinvest that.
Yeah, I think I can fully understand the moral objection, and I think people who get offended at other people being offended are a weird breed, Chris.
I just like positive vibes, Andy. I just like all of the Norwich fans to like each other. Why disagree over something that's giving us...
Well, there's a difference between disagreeing with each other and falling out with each other.
And
so
they
I
were
agree with you,
full
they
on.
shouldn't fall out with
They
each
were
other.
full on falling out with each other.
People, I think it's a completely fair thing to be...
They were personally offended because the club had made a decision. And then because they'd say... It wasn't me, I was just looking at the overall Twitter reaction. Someone would tweet saying, I actually think that the sponsor works quite well in the kit. And someone would respond saying, I've just blocked you and I'm deeply offended.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's their problem, isn't it?
I know.
It's ridiculous, but I think there's a fair moral argument.
So would you have preferred us to maybe go with the Aviva Community Fund once again and get a quarter of the fee?
Yeah, certainly.
Really?
Definitely.
Were you around during the Foster's era?
No, not quite.
Right.
John's old enough.
That was
for
my
I'm
first game.
Was there a big thing about Foster sponsoring?
I was 8, so I'm not.
Did you get on the bevies when Foster sponsored?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Superb.
That was just my general childhood,
Yeah.
nothing.
Well, I've been betting since Leo Vegas sponsored, and I have to say I'm up quite a bit. So thanks, Leo Vegas.
You've been able to purchase it.
No, seriously. I will be sensible. Obviously, don't go gambling and betting all your
money.
Not
all your money. Just
I understand that it can be a very horrible addiction for families involved, but it's the same with beer. It's the same with loads of things.
Chocolate.
Yes.
Well, don't slag off the free treat.
No, come on.
So, right, let's end it there. Thanks very much for watching. Go and check these guys out. Links in the description. Sign up for free treats. Russell Martin signed shirt up for grabs, and have a good week, I guess.
Whoa.